this top Domino's ultimate deep dish Nabisco shredded skeleton.
The weird of Bristol was meant for you, Randor. Now I'll have to find another way to claim the throne of...
Back again for another video. On today's topic, we'll be talking about choosing and selection. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. We already talked about this, but I want to talk about it from the context and the lens of sexual advances. Now, there is a common theme that is in the sphere of influence in regards to men and women and how they view each other. And that sphere of influence, of course, is who's had the most sex and why, who's choosing and who's selecting. But I want to put this into a frame of context that is more understood, that it's not the same. It's not the same. And I noted some reasons why selection and choosing are very different things. And this is the difference between men being praised for having multiple women and women being considered hoes, right? This is the difference. Remember, you got to keep this in mind about the things that I say. A lot of this stuff is not my opinion. People would say, yes, it's your opinion, because it's coming from me and it's something that they haven't heard before. But if you pay attention to the reality, you can see the same things that I see. Just because I describe what a tree is doesn't mean that my opinion is my opinion of how I describe that tree is anecdotal. I mean, it has an aspect of anecdote because it is focused through the lens of my imperfection as a human being. So I'm not going to be able to describe things in a perfect stance, right? Perfect rhetoric that gives the full description, which is able to give you an exact mental picture of what I'm explaining. But that doesn't make my interpretation of the reality any less real, right? It doesn't make that tree any less real just because I may have missed one of the 20,232 leaves, right? That doesn't mean that no leaves exist on that tree, right? That's the point that I'm making here. But anyway, so selection and choosing in regards to sex and how women are hoes based on their partners and men are not. Oh, this should be a fun one. Jeez. Where do I start? Okay. Let me get my thoughts together. I wish I was able to write this stuff down. But I never do. I can't. And even I've tried it one time and it didn't even sound right. So everything that I say is literally freestyle, freestyle thought. But anyway, so I have to gather my thoughts on these things. And it was just something I was thinking of. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on about that. So let's go back to what choosing and selection is, right? That's where I think I'm going to pick this up. So choosing is something based on an internal desire, irregardless of the external environment and what is necessary for the external environment. For instance, if I go to there's another thing that I do want to make clear. I think I need to make another video about this because it's not a false dichotomy kind of thing. It's not a black and white thing. It's not either one or the other. Sometimes it can be both of them, because let's say that I need a work truck. Well, I'm going to choose the nicer work truck in my selection for a work truck. right? Instead of the crappy one, right? And so you can make a choosing along with the selection, but the selection has to take precedence over the choosing, meaning that I like the Ferrari, but I'm not going to use that for a work truck. I'm going to use a very nice work truck that I'm choosing in the selection of what I need to use it for, right? So you can do both. You can do both. It's just that sometimes men, we prioritize the choosing of something over the selection of something, right? And that we should not do. We shouldn't do that, because that'll, yeah, you know the consequences. Y'all been down that road before. But anyways, and then selection is choosing, or excuse me, I don't want to, Jesus, even I'm so programmed to using those words interchangeably. So work with me. The selection is simply making a decision based upon the utility of something, meaning that I don't care what kind of hammer I get. No, I don't care what kind of claw hammer I get, what brand it is. I don't care what company it's come from, what kind of metal it's made out of. Does it do the job? That's what I care about. Is it ergonomic to me doing the job? Meaning it's not a 3-foot hammer, not that I even know they make those, geez. But it is a regular style hammer, and it has like a little ratchet, hatchet type hook on the end of it, so that when I grab it, it fits my hand nicely. And the head of it is built, constructed very well, and the claw is a claw, right? I'm not caring about how pretty it is. I'm not caring about how nice it looks. I'm caring about, does it do the job, right? That is a selection. But here's the difference in selection and choosing in regards to men and women, in regards to sex, and how women are whores because of their choice or selection, or choice versus selection, and men are not versus their choice versus selection. Men can be, though, but it is a very, very rare occurrence. Okay, so we all understand that women get a lot of sexual advances, right? We understand that there are some men, a very small percentage, who get a lot of sexual advances as well. But the vast majority of men do not. And the vast majority of women can't say that they don't get massive sexual advances, right? Massive amounts of sexual advances. Here's the difference. Men, no matter if men choose or select a woman for sex, the woman has to do the choosing first.